Welcome to the podcast of the Coaches Next Door.
This is a podcast for self-coaching, for getting more insights about yourself, others, and the world in mind, body, emotions, behavior, patterns, and results.
Welcome to the Coach Next Door podcast. Today I have a special guest. And the first time that I met him, I was fascinated by the way he really put himself in a mission, and with almost any type of resources, he still went to transform and to make others people's life a little bit better. I tend to admire people that just go and do it. And they sometimes do it from a place that is not even privilege. Sometimes they are just focusing on what makes sense for them. They operate from the heart. They operate also with a sense of, I want to make this world better. I'm pretty sure that when you listen to this podcast, you are going to feel the same about Gil Ramos and his mission in Guinea. But also, you can support this mission by participating in one of the trips, and the next one is already in April because November is already full. And you can also donate for this mission and support the amazing work that this team of volunteers is doing in Guinea. Stay with us, listen to the podcast, and support this mission. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to the podcast, The Coaches Next Door. And we are going to talk about something that I really know that is very special for you. And because it's special for you, it's special for me. That's it. We are almost cousins, right?
Kind of.
Kind of. So this is a nice story because you have the same family name that I have, Ramos. And when people saw the pictures that you did for me, that's one of the ways that we also met. They thought that, oh, wow, your family is so creative. Even you have a cousin, and they're like, oh, okay, he's not my cousin, but maybe. So we are also related by that. But I also think that we are related with the way that we want to do things in this world. And that's why I really appreciate that you took the time. I know how busy you are to be in this podcast. And we are going to talk about a special place, a special mission, and some work as well that you do there. And I would like to start by the most direct way. Say how all this, the mission happened. What is the story from you going to, I'm not going to say the name, I want you to say it, so I'm keeping a little bit. What is the, where and how all this started?
Well, it all started with my father because he was in Guinea-Bissau, this place where everything happens, a long time ago during the 70s. When Portuguese was fighting three different wars. And so this country, Guinea-Bissau, was known as the Portuguese Vietnam, because the war was really hard there. Mostly because the ground was very similar to Vietnam. And because most of the casualties of the war
were in Guinea-Bissau.
So everybody was afraid to go there. If there was a chance of choosing a place to go, they would rather go to Angola or Mozambique than Guinea-Bissau. But, well, you had to go there because there was no choice. And I remember my father saying that before going to Guinea-Bissau, he had the feeling that he would really go there. And So he lied to my mother
Oh, because your mother, they were already together.
And my sister was already born. She had like 2 weeks before he went there.
Yeah.
So I remember him saying that he lied to my mom, and so 2 weeks before departing to Guinea-Bissau by boat, he was already in Lisbon, but the departure was delayed for a week, but he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So one day before, he called my mother on the local phone, a local shop.
Yeah.
There was no phones at that time.
No telephone, no mobile phones.
And he said, I'm going to Guinea-Bissau. And I think she said something like, okay, so I'm not going to see you again.
Oh, wow.
And
with a child with 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that time, I remember reading somewhere that the women would go to Lisbon to say goodbye.
Yeah.
And most of them were dressing black
already. Yeah. It was almost like the destiny. Like they were not expecting nothing good from there.
I don't have any idea of what these people would feel.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just don't know. But so the journey of my father, the start of the journey of my father was really hard.
Yeah.
In advance.
Yeah.
In advance. Yeah. Well, I don't know a lot of stories from that time. How my mother
deal with that.
I don't know. She never
talked about it.
No. But I remember my father, when I was a kid, talking about this country, not in a really negative way, but always saying that the people was really friendly.
Yeah.
Everything was really beautiful, apart from this
part.
war.
Yeah.
So he saw a lot of friends dying there.
Yeah.
And he said that you would never go there again.
Yeah.
But he had this good
feeling
image of the people.
Yeah.
So during my time with my father at his place, he was always mentioning Guinea-Bissau. So it was something that it was really familiar, but I never thought of going there.
Yeah.
I had no point of going there because there was nothing to do there.
Yeah.
Well, something changed. 2010, my mom died, and losing someone, it's hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, but losing your mom is it's something really, really hard.
Yeah.
Something that I never thought is like, okay, what's gonna happen when my mom and dad dies? What's gonna happen? You never think of that because you think they're gonna live forever.
Yeah.
So when it happened, I was living in Porto, and I immediately decided I'm gonna do a trip in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought of Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah.
So I was talking with my cousin. I said, let's buy an old car and just do a trip because I'm not feeling good. So let's just go.
Yeah.
And then Guinea-Bissau came to the plan, and I said, why don't we go to Guinea-Bissau and check this place where my father was? And he mentioned that he built like the military facilities in the middle of the jungle. He said that he has his name written there somewhere, and why don't we go there? And he said yes. So a couple of months later, we were driving south in a stupid car with no navigation systems, no maps, nothing.
Just going.
No, we didn't even know how to cross borders because we're not used to borders in Europe. So it was like, okay, we don't know what's going to happen, but that's it. We just
and also crossing some countries that are not, let's say, they don't operate the same way that we operate here in Europe, right?
Well, actually now with all this information technology,
it's easier.
it's much easier. But at that time, it wasn't. And so that's it. It just came on our minds that maybe it was possible to go there and check this place, and that's it.
How many trips did you do already? How many times you went to Guinea?
I don't know, about 30. But this route north 2000 back, around 50 or 60. I don't even know. Yeah. It's something that I don't care anymore.
So became part, because you are going back again this year for the second time. So became part of your life.
It's like a routine.
It's
like when I was a kid and my mom and dad said, "Oh, let's go on vacation," and we would go to the Algarve.
The Algarve, yeah. And now it's like
okay, every time we go to the Algarve.
Yeah.
And now it's just going to Algarve, but 10 times the distance.
Distances, yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard to decide. So let's just go and check what's there. But the main idea was just to go there, do some filming, take some photos, and come back. That's it.
But you never really came back.
No, it's impossible. It's impossible because my father, he was absolutely right. Yeah. I know a lot of countries, but the people from this country, they are the best.
Yeah,
they are the best. Despite the war, that was my only concern when I arrived there for the first time. Was okay, we're Portuguese. Yeah. We're arriving here. There was a really bad war.
Yeah,
we were the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. It's because of course in the war is like that, right?
Yeah.
We have bad and good people.
Yeah.
But in war, everything is a little bit bad.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
No one wins.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's it.
And how were you received?
It was really weird because we couldn't really reach Dulombi, this place. In Guinea-Bissau with our car because we didn't know anything about the weather. So we couldn't arrive there because it was the rainy season, and so we were traveling on the worst part of the year.
Yeah.
It was impossible to
reach.
Yeah, so we rented a car, 4x4 to arrive there. So when we arrived, I remember the old people saying hello, and one of them asked, "When was the last time you were here?" Because they thought, we were the people who were there during the war.
Oh, wow!
So no, I was never here.
So they didn't have this frame of it's not really possible that they will be older, or no, that for them and we have a mosquito here. Nice to meet you. So that they were not aware.
No.
That could not be because
no.
Oh wow.
It's difficult to explain when you arrive these kind of places. They're so isolated from
the rest of whatever is happening
inside their own country.
Oh yeah.
So 13 years ago there was no technology.
Yeah.
I mean mobile technology.
Right. Yeah.
So the sense of time and distance.
Yeah.
Was something that I didn't expect. Like for them, when you imagine 20 kilometers and you say, how long is it going to take to do this? And they say, oh, that's really, really far away. And I talked about that a lot of times. But now it's a bit different because that some technology arrived there, so it's different. But for them to go on a local bus for 1 hour is like a long trip.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the sense of time like we do. Like our 5 minutes for them is like a week.
Yeah.
We live. I think everything we do is really intense. It's not that it's like a choice, but it happens.
Yeah.
But they do things really slowly because that's the way
that also that. Yeah, because I think sometimes people say that like, oh, but they do things slowly as a criticism, and I said no. It's if you don't have what we have, like if you don't have clock, if you don't have space, the space is nearby. Of course, things can get faster.
Yeah.
But so if you decide now that you want to go to the supermarket, you can do that faster, right?
Yeah.
But in a place like that,
it's crazy. It's
you
crazy.
need to organize.
Yeah. It's everything's really, I would say, not in a negative way, but it's harder.
It's harder.
It's like you need to buy when I'm there, you need to buy water.
Yeah.
You have to drive for 50 kilometers and back.
Yeah, and you have car when you go there. They don't. No. So I realized that when I'm alone with with my kids, and sometimes people say to me, "Oh, but just go to the supermarket." I say, "No, I cannot do that because one of my kids cannot be alone." And then I need to. So for me, to go to the supermarket is not the same of most part of the people here in Europe or in Portugal or in Holland. So I can relate with that. I can relate with, no, it's not so simple.
No, it's not. It's not. And also because there's this idea of a world. What's a world? For me, it's like a circle where we live, and that's it. And then there's yours and other people. And when we relate to the other circles, then we have a big one.
Yeah.
And their circle is really small.
Really small. Yeah.
And when you arrive there and you go inside that circle, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You don't go there and try to change the way they think about it.
No, because you also need to, and we also talked about this before, like some people, they even go with you because now, just for people to understand, you do voluntary work there. You did already a lot. We can also check what, and of course, it's important to say that you are not going there as a tourist anymore. No. But sometimes you said, sometimes people come with the expedition and with the mission, but they want to change the world, and they want to, and they come with expectations that they will change everything. But that is not why you do this. You don't know.
But actually, it's a good point, because I think one of the advantages of going by car and not by airplane is because you have to cross all these countries.
Yeah.
And the first country you cross in Africa is Morocco.
Yeah.
And Morocco, it's really big. It's has so many different, I would say, landscapes, because not landscape as the environment around you, but landscapes because even the people are different. Sometimes I try to explain that, well, Morocco has the desert, has the mountains where you can go skiing. And people think Morocco is camels and Land Rovers. And it's not. Casablanca has about 7 million people. There's nothing there that we could, when you're there, nothing that you can, what can I miss? Because they have everything.
Everything, yeah.
So, and then you go south and you see the changes and the difficulties of finding food, water, gas station, mobile connection for your internet. So when you arrive this country, Guinea-Bissau, which is one of the poorest countries in the world, you feel free.
Yeah.
Completely free. You forget your phone, mostly that. Yeah. I know that it's a common conversation right now. How can we get rid of our phones for 5 minutes?
Yeah. Some people pay to take my phone away, right? Make it sure that I don't have it.
There's no choice.
Yeah,
there's no choice.
It is what it is.
So when people travel, I think they're not really ready to what they're gonna
get.
No. But once we get there, because there's no connection, no option, they feel really light.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, that's
me and people, and
what's our goal? What do we need to do? What can we do to help these people? And they get focused when they arrive there.
Yeah.
They need 24 hours.
Yeah.
And they don't miss the comfort of the the house, of the bed. And so it's really fast. The
adaptation.
It's really, really fast. And so these people that travel with me, they kind of look for this, but they don't know exactly
what it is,
because it's also this common conversation about the sense of time. And the sense of time is something that you can only understand when you travel. When you travel, when you leave your
surround and your normal things.
And that is something that I focus a lot, which is the adaptation of people and their sense of time. I don't do like a guide or a plan of everything, because that's impossible. So I leave these people, they have to adapt by their own, and that's it. And it happens really fast.
But also because we have different times ourselves to get in notion. Okay, what do I want? And I can also believe that when people go into these journeys, they also have a very different intentions. So that's also okay, right?
Yeah. I think because I think it's true, because I don't try to deal with the different expectations of people. I don't do that. I do like a simple plan of the
more like, okay, where are we going to pass? Where we are
the
going
main
to
goal of everything. That's it. But I don't. I try to make this trip as an individual trip. We're in a group. But sometimes I ask, everything's okay? What
I can imagine that some people also need a little bit of that.
They need.
Like, I need to talk about what is happening here.
I remember Antonin. Antonin is one of my best friends. He lives in Cologne in Germany. And we were in Mauritania, and he was in the back of the bus, and he was looking outside for a long, long time. And I was driving, and I checked people on the mirror, and Antonin was like staring outside for 30 minutes.
Oh wow!
And I asked, "Hey, Tony, what's going on? Are you good?" And he said, "Yeah, but I think I'm in Mars." And I said, "How do you know that? Because have you ever been to Mars?" I said, "I don't know, but it must be feel the same way." I'm kind of lost looking outside, but at the same time, I'm so relaxed that I never felt something like I'm feeling. So this is the part of the adaptation to arrive to Lombi. Because when you arrive there,
because the Lombi is the place that you go to in Guinea. So you go to that place.
That's where my father was. So that's my story. I would never go to Guinea-Bissau. Maybe now there's more information there. They have like really nice places with animals and so maybe. I don't know. Maybe one day I would go there. Just.
But for now,
touring. That's it.
This is the main location.
Now it's something that is part of my routine. And not a bad routine. It's really good. I really need to go there because that people, those kids that I support for a long time, they're my family too. So this sense of family is something that I don't really have because I lost my parents. So they're like our balance for everything. So they are my family. So sometimes I feel like the uncle that lives in another country that goes for
like I feel when I come to Portugal.
Exactly that. So you live in your place, but that's this. You have to go there and
be
with your family
and see your family. And,
so leave the routine, the really fast routine of your daily life. So Mostly, what I feel about these people is I love them.
Yeah.
It's like they're my family.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's the initial goal, which is helping them.
What just for also people to understand, what did you already did there?
So
very practical things that you did.
Yeah. So I built a kindergarten that they asked me to, because I never thought of doing really big things. My goal was to go there, helping with the
some
school
stuff
materials, because the opportunities are really short there.
Yeah.
So that was my goal. So mostly the big works that I did there with my friends was this kindergarten.
Yeah.
I also did some works in a local hospital that had nothing.
Yeah.
So we sent a lot of equipment for this hospital. And last year we just finished a school.
Yeah. I saw it in the picture. It was really beautiful.
We finished this school, and it takes a long time because
of course, material and everything is difficult.
Everything's so far away.
Yeah.
So Guinea-Bissau is 5,000 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
It's like I sometimes I imagine, okay, what's the most known place in Europe that you could go for this 5,000 kilometers? Moscow.
Yeah.
And I would never think of
going to Moscow. Yeah. Why are we going there? Yeah.
So mostly we're doing this education and healthcare on this country, which is, I think it's the roots of
any kind of let's call it society.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So
or
if
basic
you don't,
needs.
I always say that a country that has no education, it's not a country.
Yeah.
Because it's the base of everything. If you don't have education, people would never understand. That, mainly because if you don't go to school, if you don't have like this opportunity of going to school, you will never have the chance of asking questions.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's behind your
but
door,
also,
behind your...
Yeah, but also that idea that when you go to school, is also the social aspect, right? You go to a place that you are with other people and you learn together.
Yes.
So you are not isolated as a person, right?
Yeah.
And I think the school has that principle that sometimes we forget of being social.
Yes.
Right? And sometimes we think a school as only a place that we are going to learn whatever, but formal learning. But school is also a place that you can play together, that you can be together.
I understand that because, yes, all of us, we've been there.
Yeah.
But in Dulombi, it's a little bit different because they play together all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Because they live in a tribe. So they play along during the day. So they don't need the school to do that.
Yeah.
But the school, it's important for them to have like opportunities of even if one goes
out and studies. I don't know where.
And 13 years later,
comes back with a different kind of knowledge. I can imagine that.
But now we have a couple of kids that are already in Bissau, in the capital, that we're supporting.
Oh wow!
Because they're all the same. They're all poor.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. They don't have the...
But also the mindset. Like the first thing that parents think is not, okay, my kid goes to school and then he's going to Bissau and then can go to university.
No.
That is not there.
No. That change takes a long time.
Yeah, of course.
So if there's something I did with the people is... If I take more people there, they will think that, well, if these people have the chance of coming here, why don't we?
Why can I not go there?
So, of course, they know that a lot of they have most of them have family that work in Portugal.
Portugal, yeah.
But they lie. So around here they lie. They say we live in Lisbon in a nice flat. When actually they struggle a lot.
Yeah. I can imagine.
They struggle because the work these people do is really hard.
Yeah.
It's the work that we
don't want to do.
We don't want to do.
That some Portuguese people will not accept.
And because Portugal is a country of immigration, because after the Second World War, a lot of Portuguese they helped rebuilding Europe because it was completely destroyed. It's something that I kind of relay because we know how to receive people.
Yeah,
I think Portugal is a really nice place for immigrants to come.
Yeah,
because we've been there.
Yeah,
and
I don't know. Sometimes I think that, for instance, I talk as an immigrant. Mm-hmm. What is also interesting, because I don't feel as an immigrant, but I'm treated as an immigrant, and I receive a lot, not directly, of course, but I hear a lot of criticism about the period that more immigrants are in Portugal, and I think, I don't know, why is that? Why people criticize so much the immigrants? But that's maybe another.
I don't know. It's in a short sentence. I would say that because it's Portugal is not a really fair country in terms of work and the what you get from that work.
Yeah,
and
maybe. And they see us. I think sometimes they see us like, you think that you are better than us because you have now maybe more money or more opportunities or whatever.
But I think it has always been like that. So it's not a big change. Thing is, most of these countries have borders and really strict borders,
and we don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
And today we're here. Tomorrow we can be anywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we see, we can look for opportunities everywhere.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Yeah.
So when they have the chance of coming here,
they see a bunch of opportunities that they will never have there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and I think it's what's happening right now. It's I think it's like it has always been like that because these people are taking the places that we don't want to take.
Yeah. I agree that. Yeah, I agree.
We need them.
Yeah, exactly.
Economy needs that.
Yeah. And economy needs this movement.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So my goal is to have some kids going to school, then going to college, and maybe one of them,
goes back and takes something of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
super.
it. So if in 5-10 years one of these kids that we're supporting arrives back to his place and said, "I'm a doctor. I can help you.
I can be here and help you." Wow.
That's our goal.
Yeah. So I know that you have, because I saw it, you have new dates already for the next mission. Yeah,
we're going back in November. It's part of it's one of the coolest routines of these trips is I'm always trying to run away from the cold and rain. So November is when the rainy season ends.
Stops.
There in Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah.
So and when cold
comes to Portugal.
So I always say it's my time to go.
Yeah.
It's my time to go. And so I'm already
preparing for November.
Yeah, November.
And what do you do? So what a mission means or a trip? I don't know how you want to call it. Mission, expedition. How do you like to call it?
I just say trip.
Trip. Okay. What a trip means? What needs to happen? What you do?
So. Because I don't have like I don't know how to ask money to support my
trip, your trip.
No, to
or
support
the people.
supported people.
Yeah.
I decided to replicate my first trip, taking people.
Yeah.
So I give this adventure of knowing these countries.
The journey.
The journey, and people know that when we arrive in Guinea-Bissau, we stop the cars, we do the work, and we come back.
So that means that people that join this trip, they get the opportunity to get a road trip for 9 days.
9 days.
9 days. And you go by car or van, like all together. And then when you arrive there, you start start working.
So
whatever
I
is
make,
necessary.
I make a plan for every trip.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I need to do
that moment.
That moment. So I try to, have people that have the same goal.
Yeah.
Apart from not knowing what people can really do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Because I saw, for instance, the last time I think I saw a girl that went with you, that she was measuring the pressure, the blood pressure, and
because
she knew how to do that.
Yeah, we try to take people that are related with education
and health.
Yes.
So that they can also go there and saying, okay, I'm going to do a checkup.
Yes.
On you guys.
We do that because the hospital is a little bit far away.
Yeah.
So what we do is we take professionals that can
also
help people, and then they
use what they know as well.
So all the results go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Where they have like the
material to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when people need to go to the hospital,
they already have like say
information.
That. Yeah. Okay.
All this data goes to the hospital.
Yeah. So because that doesn't exist.
No.
Yeah.
So we have like a
file for each person, and then they already know. Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest improvements that we
brought to the community.
Yeah. Because it's like they don't have names. It's like they go to the hospital and say, okay, let me check your pressure. Let me check if you have any kind of disease. And they pay. They go home. And there's no follow-up.
Okay, got it.
No follow-up.
So
in this tiny village, at least they have a folder with their names and every
some
time
story there.
Yes. And every time they go to the hospital,
they can take.
Yeah, the doctor goes to the file and say, okay,
this
so last time you were here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow.
Because,
things like you can. Yeah. Sometimes we lose this idea that this still is a reality. I remember not so many years ago, we were doing coaching with the TEDx, okay? And one of the persons that was presenting, he was presenting a new system that will allow people to get registered without going to a hospital or a governmental place. Why? Because he was coming also from a country that he didn't know his birth date. He didn't have a name. He didn't have an ID. And now I remember...
That's really common. That's really common.
Exactly. And I remember that I was hearing him talking and I was like, oh my God, sometimes we don't realize this, right? And I remember also my father, he was like volunteer as well in a football club here in Portugal. And sometimes they had also places that they will receive people from Africa and this type of countries. And was always a thing with the name and the day birth. And we don't know our age, how old this person is.
Yeah. It's easy to explain. Imagine this village, Dulombi.
Yeah.
It's 25 kilometers from the hospital.
Yeah.
Most of the kids,
they are there, born there in Dulombi, and that's it.
Only the children that has like a birth register in the hospital because they were born there.
Yeah. Then.
Otherwise, there's kids with 6, 7, 10, they don't have ID. They have a name, but they don't have ID. And their ID It's the vaccination certificate. That's it. So
wow.
every year, doctors go to the villages and do the vaccination, and then they try to register the kids. Otherwise, no, they have nothing. They have names because they have to be called something.
But that is like exactly what you were saying. Like, even if they think, I want to travel, I want to go out, it's impossible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's funny because this sense of traveling or going somewhere for the kids, it's really cool. Because they know that, like, there's borders around the village, which is the jungle. They cannot go. Because they can get killed by an animal.
Any animal,
And so they know it's dangerous.
It's not safe.
So this sense of border, sense of
natural border,
they have it, but they don't know. They know there's this place,
countries, and another.
They know there's Senegal. They know Portugal. And that's it. They don't know what Mauritania is. What I don't know.
Any other
Czech Republic or whatever. They don't know. They don't know. And but this sense of border, they have it.
They have it,
But in a natural scale, it's a really small scale.
So what is your goal for the next mission? What do you need?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue this healthcare with the people. It's the only way that they care of themselves. There's two mainly diseases there. Apart from AIDS and it's diabetes and hypertension, sugar and salt.
Incredible. Okay.
And so we found people about 35 years old with both.
Okay.
And they get blind, and they die really young because there's no healthcare. So what we try to do is we try to check everybody. Everything's volunteer. So what we do is that's why we take some stuff like shoes and some clothes. What we do for kids. What we do is, if you bring your kid to be checked, and if you agree, and they come.
So you get
a little... we don't go to Africa and just, hey, here's some free T-shirts. No.
Like if you bring your kid and we get something.
They all get
shoes or clothing or whatever needed.
And that's a really good opportunity of checking the people. Because of course most of them are there and looking at what kind of shoes I'm gonna get. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. We do the same. It's okay. It's the same. So it's a good opportunity of checking these people and saying, okay, we don't have like enough tools to treat you. So what we do is we send them to the hospital.
Okay.
And we say, if you don't go to the hospital, you can die tomorrow. It's really true.
Really bad.
Their numbers, when doctors and nurses that travel with me, when they're checking people, they say, in Portugal, they'll all be dead.
Oh, wow.
Dead. Because it's impossible. They think it's impossible to survive with those numbers.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I don't know. They ask me questions that I don't know.
How they do it and what happens.
I don't understand. Also because that's not my,
of course, it's not our field, so we don't understand.
I don't know. That's why I take them.
Yeah, exactly.
But these answers give me the opportunity of thinking, okay, I can do better. I can do more than this. So one of my goals for the future, it's to build I call the health shack of Dulambi, which is like a
place that has some material to
where people can be checked.
At least checked.
Instead of going to the hospital individually. I can try to make a deal with the doctors. So if they go to Dulambi on a motorcycle, they can have the tools there and check the people once a month.
In a more close and not waiting.
So that's one of my goals for the future. I'm going to try to find a piece of land there where I can build this.
That. So do you need already, so to do that, and if we put that as the let's say already the goal for the next trip, what do you need? And now is the time for you to ask stuff.
Okay. Because I'm not good. I'm really not good of asking.
Otherwise, we cannot. Like I said, I think for most part of the people, it's really difficult to say, okay, but what can I give? Like you're saying, okay, shoes, clothing, because I think sometimes, and one time I remember that you told me that someone brought to your house saying, hey, I want to give you this to take to the trip. And was something that was food, right? Or something like that.
Food, vacuum cleaner.
I cannot take this. I think,
But people, it's okay.
It's with a good heart.
Yes.
Because people don't know.
They don't know.
They don't have any clue.
No.
I want you to be, I don't know if it's the first time, but I want you to be very specific. How can we help? What can we give?
You know how to do things. Money can do everything.
Yes. Okay.
I'm really bad.
So if someone wants, they can just give you some to put the money.
The thing about this Missão do Lumbi, which is my...
I'm going to share the links.
Yeah. It's actually my name.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've been doing things without money.
Yeah.
So the trip supports
the... Yeah.
So one of the things is travel to Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah. If you want, you can join.
Yes, join. Yeah. And the money you spend on this trip, part of the money goes
directly to the support. So one way is come and make do the trip.
Do the trip, and
you can also help there.
Yes.
So that is one way.
It doesn't matter if you speak Portuguese, French, or
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
You can come from all parts of the world.
Yes, that's it. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
But the idea of the work I do is I have to be there.
Yeah.
I don't send stuff.
No.
Because I don't believe that things will arrive people.
Or they will arrive, or even they are going to be used as they should be used.
No. So what I see in Africa is most of these ship containers that arrive there, they all end in markets.
Yeah.
We all
hear about that type of stuff.
And then you go to the market and you see a T-shirt that it's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be there.
So that can mean that people also can give things for you to take?
But mostly it's there's a big change from since I arrived there for the first time. Is not just taking a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
If you can buy it there.
Yeah, because also you help the economy there.
Yeah. So money arrives and stays.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you change that money with goods that also stay.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
So asking for money is something that I didn't do. I didn't do for this last years.
Yeah.
But actually, it's the only way of buying these materials that to build this. This.
So that also is not. Like I said, it's not a touristic thing.
No.
And because the touristic thing is a little bit, and I tend also not to appreciate it. It's like, okay, you take things from here to there, and you come across as the saver. No, it's like you integrate in the community, and then you want the dynamic also to come from there.
Yeah. When we arrive there, we have to live like they do. Yeah. Because we have nothing. So I have a tiny house there that I built for the volunteers. We have a toilet and shower. But you still have to use your cup to
put the water. Yeah, but that's the thing.
But my main goal is not. I don't want to change the way they live.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring things that
don't make sense there as well.
Even if they make sense, they didn't exist before, and when they get destroyed, they're gonna miss.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So I'm gonna create some addictions.
Some need that was not there before.
No.
Yeah.
So I have to be really careful with the things I do. I do my job there.
Yeah.
I come back, new ideas, go back.
So
that's it.
2 ways of supporting. One is to do the trip.
Yeah.
One, that is a good way.
Yeah.
And the second way is
supporting with money,
supporting
of course.
money.
That's
and,
nothing bad with that.
Yeah,
It's just
it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's how it works.
We all need. We also need money. So I think that is the thing.
The thing is, I'm always there.
Yeah.
So I don't just collect
things.
stuff or money and then send.
No, you go with it.
I go there and I take care of these things.
Yeah. And also one of the things that I think is impressive is that we can follow you. So
it's easy. It's really easy.
So the next, I remember the last trip that you did lives. You showed what is happening. So that also, I think, is important because people see what is happening. It's no secret. It's it is what it is.
The world is not that big.
No.
The world is not that big, and it's I cannot lie about what I'm doing.
No.
This is not like I have found this really cool place in Guinea-Bissau. It's really beautiful, really wild, and they need a school. I'm gonna go there and do a school.
No.
There's this back to the
first.
When we started talking and you asked me how did it start, it's my father's name that is there. I cannot just go there and do things that would stain my family, your family name too.
Family name.
I couldn't do that, so I don't need Guinea-Bissau to live. I don't need Guinea-Bissau to live.
But that's why I feel the sense of calling it a mission, a purpose. If you don't like the word mission, sometimes it's a little bit overused.
But it's okay.
But I think the thing that I feel, and when I hear your stories, is that sense of purpose. Mm-hmm. It's not random. It's not like, I'm going to do something nice. Yes. And we had a nice conversation about being a good person, right? And like, we can say, he's a good person, but it's not about that.
No. I think it's in a general way saying I'm a good person. It's like I'd rather do good things than bad. That's it.
Exactly.
And sometimes I just don't know what that means.
Exactly.
I just do things. Yeah. It's because it's in my heart, in my mind, in my mind.
Yeah.
And but this is really important. My father was there. Yeah. He left something. Yeah. His name is written all over the place. Yeah. And I could not take advantage of that for my daily
life.
No,
because you have your own work. You have your own life. So it's not that you are living for this in the sense of you are not using this.
When you have a business, and you have to sell your business, you have to talk about your business every single day.
Yeah.
I don't talk about Guinea-Bissau, Colombia, or Africa every day.
No,
it's something that it's not. It's apart from my mind and heart. It's something that I feel good doing.
Yeah,
I know that some changes are happening there. Yeah, good changes.
Yeah,
and so I try to find people that follow this way of thinking.
So, if we want to join, a list for the next trip is 19th of November, 10th of November. And if you go, you can have two options. So, you can go
by car or
by plane. Yeah. So, that depends also sometimes on the
It's really
easy.
Just send me an email and I'll
you help with everything.
Yeah, so every time I have an email, I send the information
that you already prepared.
All the information. And I can help people make their decisions. And
super. So, how many cars are you or vans are you intending to take?
A couple, maybe two. Maybe two. Just to take some goods and people.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about next year because I know when
you prepare one,
I'm already thinking about the next one. So my goals is to continue really smoothly way.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a lot of pressure doing this.
It's no rush.
No rush.
It's no rush.
Okay. Apart from that is people. I need people who need an adventure, and also the sense of helping,
and supporting,
really important.
Whatever. Thank you so much, and I will join. I don't promise that it's the next November because I have kids to organize. But I get the sense that I will be joining in one of your trips, and I'm pretty sure. Like one time you said to me, I don't know, you go and maybe you want to go after. Yeah, I think it's really, how can I say, special what you're doing. And I think is relevant that I appreciate, and I want to say this, I appreciate the fact that you don't want to change them. It's not about going there with any attitude of being superior or no. It's just we have more resources.
Yeah, but you know that it's a learning process all of these years. And it's a common idea that we bring more back than what
that we
take.
Take. Yeah. I can feel that.
And it's not just about emotions.
No.
It's about learning things. Basic stuff that we don't do anymore. And when I'm there, I think, wow, I never thought
about this. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a different mindset. It's a different experience. It's a different embodiment.
So
of
I don't
life.
mind. I don't mind being invaded with these really nice ideas and thoughts, but from me, they will never get there. Like, oh, why do you do that? We have a tool that does that for you.
Like, but that is not sustainable as well because they cannot repeat that. That's it. So thank you so much, and we will share all the links, the email. We will also put, because you have some social platforms, so we will share all that.
And
we are looking for the next trip, and we will probably talk again.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. The Coach is Next Door. And follow up. We have new episodes coming in. And every month you have a new episode that you can listen to. And remember, you can always share these episodes with someone that you think that could be a benefit or could feel a benefit from these episodes. And we will really like to receive also your comments and your questions. And if you want me to talk about something in particular that will fit you or your needs or your curiosities, please reach out by email, by a message, by a comment. I'm pretty sure you will find your way. Thank you so much, and we hear each other. Take care.